Brazil is facing intense political and legal tensions centered around former President Jair Bolsonaro and his allies. In the US, Secretary of State Marco Rubio revoked the visas of 8 Brazilian Supreme Court judges and their families, accusing them of conducting a political witch hunt against Bolsonaro, who is on trial for allegedly plotting a coup after losing the 2022 election. Meanwhile, in Brazil, Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes has taken major legal steps against Bolsonaro and his inner circle. He ordered a court-approved ankle monitor for Bolsonaro, banned him from using social media, and confined him during nights and weekends amid accusations he sought foreign interference, specifically from Trump, to influence Brazil's democracy. Moraes didn't stop there. He froze the bank accounts and assets of Bolsonaro's son, Congressman Eduardo Bolsonaro, while Eduardo was in Washington seeking support for his father. Eduardo has criticized the move as another arbitrary and criminal decision, asserting he wouldn't be silenced. The Supreme Court has firmly warned Bolsonaro. If his lawyers cannot explain his breach of restrictions, like public interviews that were later shared online, he may be arrested.
Trump likes me, no one can deny that. He invited 4 heads of state to his inauguration, and me, a former president. And Alexandre de Moraes wouldn't release my passport. In other words, he's a dictator. Here in Brazil, he can decide anything. Your freedom, your release.
They've given his legal team only 24 hours to respond. This includes showing his ankle monitor and appearing in media, which the court says violate its orders. Tensions are now spilling into global diplomacy. How? President Trump has openly supported Bolsonaro. Not just supported the former president, Donald Trump has actually threatened to impose 50% tariffs on Brazilian goods, accusing Brazil's system of going after his ally. And Trump has linked trade tariffs with what he thinks of Brazil's internal system that's dealing with Bolsonaro's coup case. All this while Rubio's visa revocations targeted Moraes and his allies. Brazil's President Lula da Silva and other officials view these actions as unwelcome interference that violate Brazil's sovereignty.
Brazil has always been open to dialogue. We held more than 10 meetings with the US government, and on May 16, we sent them a proposal for negotiation and waited for a response. What we got was unacceptable blackmail in the form of threats to Brazilian institutions and false information about trade between Brazil and the United States.
The question now is, will these developments significantly weaken Bolsonaro's political influence or boost them? His son's frozen assets and his possible arrest mean that both are under serious constraints, while international pressure may limit their ability to mount a legal or political defense. But it has also fired up Bolsonaro's supporters in Brazil who feel he's being targeted. And then there are other Brazilians who are upset that the US is linking one politician's legal tangles with the nation's trade, and is even willing to penalize the entire country because Trump doesn't like what's happening in Brazil with his ally Bolsonaro. They're asking, isn't this foreign interference in Brazil's affairs by the United States? And with Eduardo, Bolsonaro's son, openly lobbying for Trump to intervene in his father's case, the diplomatic clash seems poised to escalate. For more such stories, subscribe to SMG News, hit the like button and follow for more news updates.